that's magnified when you have children because
Yeah.
they have no say.
Well, that's the other
there's a lot of people who
invulnerability
put
I
their
have.
kids, they put their kids out there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay, I'm not saying it's the worst thing to do, but it's not the child's choice, and they're very young, and you're making look, like whoever did what they did to Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that they did is they made him famous way before he had any idea what the fuck that meant, and
Yeah.
they profited off of it.
Yeah.
They kind of pimped him out, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's happening.
They destroyed him.
Yeah, but ultimately the whole thing destroyed him, right? And I don't want to be a part of that. There's no benefit
I think that's
in it.
smart.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
intelligent. And I also don't, this is my real honest feelings. I do not think that fame is, I don't think that people should aspire to it. I think it should be something that happens if people like your work, and then it's cool, it's fine. But I think there's way too much emphasis put on just trying to get attention. And it's being rewarded and supported in this weird way. There's nothing wrong with getting attention, but it should make sense. It should make sense. There should be some reason. And if it's out of balance,
Yeah.
you should probably look at like why is it out of balance? Like,
Yeah. And lots of things that attract attention are not things that we want more of. Like conflict.
yes, conflict. That's a big one. But it's also just fame itself. One of the weirdest parts about it is that you have to constantly be checking yourself. Like, all these people are nice to you. All these people are saying nice things to you or being mean to you. One of the all people that you don't even know. So you can't rely on them for your self-esteem, and you certainly can't rely on them for criticism. You can't rely on them, on people you don't even know that don't care about you. So you're in this weird position. You have to be very careful with who you communicate with, because one of the weirdest things you'll see from famous people is all of a sudden they get this very strange thing where they feel like people are supposed to do things for them, and they're not supposed to pay for things, and everything's supposed to be easy, and they're supposed to get that. That's a weird one. Like they don't respond to criticism well. They don't understand that they're still a human being in the middle of growth. No, they're a fucking star. I'm a fucking star, and I want this, and I want it now.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what kind of fucking bullshit is this?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, exactly. We've all seen like a version of that, right? And we know about it.
The problem, though, is that they know that their shit stinks.
Yes.
They know that they're human. They know. So then they develop this sort of fraud phobia.
Right.
That people are going to find out what they really are. I mean, I've seen this with fashion models. I used to hang out with a lot of fashion models in Barcelona. You know that whole story where I lived in the mansion with the fashion models?
Did you talk about that?
Could be. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I'd love
Who
to
can
hear it
keep track
again.
of what the fuck we've talked about?
I know, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Anyway, so fashion
it.
models,
They become
fame,
famous.
wealth,
Yeah,
people who are extremely
sure.
wealthy. And that gets back to the 70 grand a year thing and the whole sort of question of, saturation.
You know what else it is? It becomes a real problem with things being too easy and life being like way too patterned. Like you everything is very predictable in terms of like your success. You have plenty of money. You have adulation from fans without any stress or duress. Like you can have a little bit of stress in terms of like trying to manage your career, but it's nothing like trying to make it.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I'm ever going to make it stress. That's a totally different kind of stress. I don't know if I'm ever going to be a success stress. That's real shit. That goes away once you definitely become Kanye West or whoever the fuck you are.
Right.
And then you're subject to your own demons because then you're alone. You're really alone. You can't even go to the grocery store.
You spend any time with Jim Carrey?
No, I don't know him.
I'd love to meet that guy.
Yeah, he seems like he's in a weird stage of his life.
He seems to me like someone who you talked about, you get to that pinnacle and you have to deal with your demons.
Yeah.
It seems like he's dealt with them
I agree.
and now he's come out the other side.
Yeah.
And he's in this very sort of this place of wisdom and I just think he's something. Russell Brand is another guy who I think I really admire where they are in their lives and how they got there. They sort of went through the fire and they've come out the other side somehow.
Russell certainly has. I know Russell. He's a sweetie. He really is a super sweet guy, like genuine too, and really trying to like be a better person and a better human. And you know, I don't agree with him on everything. He gets a little social justice warrior-y on some things, but I think it's just because he wants to do good, and he's like leaning towards good, and he's leaning towards love, and it's all for the right reasons. Like